Morning builders, it's Mark here. Hopefully you know the routine, you got your coffee, you got your tea. We're ready for Mornings with Mark. This is episode 6. Thanks for sticking with me last week. Still working out some of the technical issues, doing it here pre-recorded, mainly because of the long weekend. Some stuff shuffled around on my schedule, and I'm not sure whether it's better to be purely live or to be more consistent with the time. So let me know in the comments below about what you think. So this is recorded live in front of a studio audience. I think one of my cats counts as a studio audience. So we'll see. But let me know what you think, live or pre-recorded, okay? Though I want to be doing this live more often than not, but every once in a while, life kind of gets in the way. So what I wanted to talk about today was voice. So let me refresh mine with a little bit of tea. It's still screaming hot, so not so refreshing, but delicious nonetheless. So I was reading a great article today in Wired about some concrete examples of why voice is getting more uptake than we all kind of expect. So through podcasts, through smart speakers, through audiobooks, it's really taking over. And I think there's a really easy explanation that a lot of people kind of overlook. That's because as much as the written word is lovely and it's really effective, it is really hard to communicate complex ideas at a low enough comprehension level to reach a mass audience, where you can convey more complex information via voice or via video here, live or recorded, because you're getting more clues, right? So if you're simply reading the words that I've written on Medium, then you're adding your own inflection, your own emotion, your own understanding based on how I've constructed my sentences and the language I've used. And maybe that's effective, maybe not. I'm not the greatest of writers, so it's probably not as effective as it could be. Whereas if I'm reading that to you via podcast or an audiobook, now you understand where I'm putting emphasis and the tone because you're literally hearing it. Whereas if we go all the way to video, you're also getting additional things like facial expression, body language. You're getting the rest of that communication. So it's a richer and richer medium, which means you can deliver more and more complicated concepts at a more accessible audience or a broader audience. And I think that's really, really fascinating. When it comes back to building things, a lot of the questions I get asked around voice are, is it secure? What are the privacy concerns? And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just hasn't been worked out yet. So, you can dive into the AWS cloud and you can fire up things like Lex, which powers Alexa. You can do things like Polly, which lets it speak back to you. You can make a really convincing and compelling chatbot. Are there privacy concerns there? Depends on the data you're using. There's always privacy concerns with everything. The biggest challenge around voice right now is authentication. Whether or not my voice tools know it's me. Do they know it's me versus you? So easy way to do that is, walk into anybody's house and say, hey, Alexa. Alexa's going to respond. And if that's wired up to different things like heating or IoT systems, or if it's wired up to ordering, there's potential issues there. They're not insurmountable, and I think the advantages far outweigh any concerns. But that's what I'm kind of diving into today. I'm looking at that kind of implications, what are the privacy challenges, and that's going to tie into some of the operational technologies that I'm talking about at places like South by Southwest, which I'll put a link to down below, where I'm talking about rogue robots, and I think voice has a big play there, as well as just generally how we interact with our technology. Lots of crazy stuff to think about, and it's only Tuesday. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully this has sparked some interesting thoughts for you. Always looking to interact, looking to have a conversation. Let me know in the comments below or online. I'm Mark NCA. Have a great day.